Hey everyone, we are back again with the third episode. If anybody is watching this, if you can hear me, just let me know or just type hashtag live. I'll be just starting this. So if you're watching it live, just type hashtag live. So I'm sure, so I'm aware that you guys can see us. So yeah, we are back with an exciting third episode of Tuesday Treat. Today I also have a very wonderful guest, an expert who I think a lot of coaches would really need these days. And I think it's very important that when you are growing and scaling up your coaching practice, you get them and you get the support you need from them. And today's guest is somebody who, I mean, has surprised me. I mean, because I've referred them to some of the coaches I know, and the kind of response I've received from them, and I think the appreciation they are actually giving me for referring to our guests, that's amazing. So without I mean, letting you wait, I just want to invite our guest, Shelly. Let me just add to our stream.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Shelly,
The
can you
last
hear
name's
us?
Dechant, like decadent chocolates.
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah.
me?
I'll let you do that. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, nobody ever gets my
So, guys,
last name right. So
yeah.
Shelley's
So I
fine.
was
If
very
you want
careful.
to,
I wanted to, not take the risk,
yeah,
and that's why I thought just to go with your first name.
I
So,
appreciate that.
guys,
Most people get it wrong, so it's not a big deal anymore. When you
yeah,
marry
no,
into it,
my
y'all
apologies.
have to learn it.
I should have double checked before starting this. I mean,
That's
I'm
okay.
learning too. So yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so so Shelly, thank you very much for joining us. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
you taking out time. I understand this is a holiday and kind of year-end sort of situation where some people are busy with the holidays, spending time with their families, or some are just wrapping the work for this year and planning for the next year. So I really appreciate you taking out time and joining us today.
Well, thank you.
And just jumping right into our show, I mean, can you tell our audience what is it that you do and a little about yourself?
Okay, so my company's called Hello VR Plus. We are a virtual assisting company. I am actually partnered with somebody else, and he is the money behind the brains, I guess. Um, so what we do is I'm kind of a bit of a Jane of all trades or a jack of all trades. I like to dabble in everything. Everything from, I need tech products for my business and I'm not sure where to go. I need I need somebody else to take a look at the tech product I'm interested in because I don't have time to look at it. So, can you take a look at it and then can you teach me the highlights? I like to do that. Of course, administration, executive assisting, social media marketing, all the normal things that a virtual assistant can do for somebody who's trying to transition from that point where they are used to doing it all themselves, but they're starting to notice little things following through the crack. That's usually the first sign that a virtual assistant is required is it's not just the natural procrastination that we all tend to have. At least I assume we all do, because I definitely do. But that extended part where you've got a great plan and a great idea, but you just don't seem to have time to get it to completion. That's the time when I like to come in and help in any way that I can. So my background is 20 years in the military. I'm used to making a lot happen with a little. And I just enjoy that aspect of being able to help businesses. So I've actually been out of the military for 15 years. It is mind blowing to think that I've been, after 20 years in the military, actually had another career for 15 years. And I
Wow.
spent pretty much the whole time helping businesses expand and grow and see more success.
That's amazing. Uh, that's amazing. So just I will move to my next question. Based on what you do, mostly the audience that I have and the clients I work with are coaches or
Hmm.
consultants. So
Yeah.
I'm sure what you do is very much connected to their business too. So I mean, how can you share? I mean, share something. I mean, how your work could help them or benefit? They can benefit from your services.
Well, I think that a coach is kind of unique for me because they're twofold. Um, One is sometimes a coach is ready to have that second hand, that second brain to help them kind of expand their business, whether it's through courses or, you know, doing the advertising for the courses that they have coming up, for the coaching courses that they have coming up. So there's always that, but then there's also that referral possibility. And that the reality is that coaches come up against a lot of clients who are literally at that stage where they're needing some help. And I love having that consultation call, not only to see if a person needs an assistant, but just to kind of give helpful tips that help them to decide where their best fit is. For me, being a virtual assistant is about finding somebody who fits well with me, that I fit well with them, so that I can become a bit of an extra brain for them. So that consultation is an important aspect. So no, when a coach knows that they can send their clients to somebody like myself who will have that conversation with them and see where it is that we can help them, get some direction from the coach. You know, the coach is saying, well, you need to do this, this, and this. And the person saying, I don't know how to do all of that within the time period that I have. I'm going to need some help with that. So I'm a great connection for a coach, even if they're not specifically looking for one. And that's kind of nice. And we all tend to play in the same field. I get a lot of calls from people saying, I need an extra hand, or I don't know how to expand my business. So I become a good referral partner for a coach, because by understanding the different coaches that are out there, they allow me to make sure that I'm referring the right person to the right coach also. So it's kind of a cute little package that's all wrapped up together.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting. I mean, I never thought of it that way because, yeah, I mean, when you hear a VA or hiring somebody who's a VA, you can think of hiring them for your service. But I think there is a unique situation with coaches where I think most of the time when they are working with clients, they do come across situations where their clients need an extra hand too. So I think this is also another avenue where they can either partner with you or hire you as one of their service, or maybe something that they are offering where you are working for them, but for their clients. So I think that's
Exactly.
a very good area. I think I never thought of that because this is one challenge that I've recently kind of built a solution for my clients. That I mean, I do come across clients who really I mean, kind of in a challenging situation where they really are at times busy with their work and then they need an extra hand. And this is where actually I had to face this problem where, I mean, the work that we are to do, it's getting challenging for them. So, but just to have clarity, I mean, if any coach if they need to hire you to support them, what are one or two main offering or service they can hire you for? Let's say
Oh
I'm a
my
coach, I want to
God.
hire a virtual assistant. So what are your
I
expertise over
always
there?
find that I actually find that to be the hardest question, because there's so many things that I enjoy doing, and if there's a way for me to help, then I like to be able to help in that way. If I can't help, then I like to refer them to somebody who can. But I like to keep my options open. But if you're going to make me pick a couple, um, one of them would be a lot of people, whether they're coaches or it's a coach who's met somebody, they've got content, but it's only in one area. So maybe they are doing a bunch of YouTubes, and
Mm,
they would like to get some ebooks out there, or they would like it to be turned into some type of an audio book, so that for people who go for walks and listen to their audio tapes instead of actually physically watching a YouTube. You know, I can help them take the information that they've got on YouTube and turn them into other modalities of communication and content, because the content's already there. It's just a case of
yeah,
shifting it around, redesigning it a little bit, and putting it back out in all those other areas. So that's one area that I find is very useful for anybody who has content. Of course, the second area is just building those relationships. That is probably my most fun part, is helping a business with relationship development. And how do they pull everybody together? It's like wrangling cats sometimes, especially with all of the different ways that we reach out to people. Just trying to get it all into one location and making sure that you're communicating with them in more than just one way. Like, you're not just pumping out content and you're not just making phone calls, but you've got a nice rounded um, system that allows you to communicate with them in different ways, so that they've got all those different touches required to allow them to make a decision, allow their clients to make a decision on working with them. So I love doing that. That is definitely a
that's amazing. And I think this is the first thing that you mentioned, the tech support and especially repurposing content into different channels. That's amazing, because this is one challenge that most coaches face. I mean, they are usually on one platform or one medium where they're comfortable, but most of the time then they need to get to learn the technology if they want to convert into audio or going editing the video stuff and all that. So that's something really to look for.
exactly. I think it's a good idea to be proficient in one of the services and then move on, but we can get kind of trapped in
Mm,
the area that we are in. And so
yeah.
I'm a perfect example. Content is not always my best friend. I don't always have the ability to just sit down and write out what I'm going to put out as content. And I realized that I wasn't the only person who had that problem. But verbal communication, it is my friend. So I tend to lean towards the verbal side. Once I realized I could take that verbal content and turn it into the written content, it really opened up
Mm,
a lot of what could be done.
yeah.
And when I can do that for myself, then I definitely want to be able to do it for other people.
That's great. And moving on to the final part of our this show, and this is something different about it. We don't give any present or any treat to our guests, but we ask them to bring treat for us. So, is there any treat that you are offering to our coaches or our audience today?
Sure. Well, because I do like relationships and everything that is kind of encompassed in trying to wrangle all those cats into one place. I did do an ebook that I'm giving out to everybody today if they'd like it. And it literally takes all the different areas, brings them together, and says, now this is how you can start to reach out to people. These are all the different ways. And when should you? How should you? So it's a really nice ebook that gives everybody a good idea of where to start. And of course, when they decide that they want to go past what it is, they can always give me a call and I'll give them some tips and tricks that'll take them past the ebook.
That's great. So what I'll do is I'll share the link in this live and also on Facebook in that thread. I'll share the link over there too.
Fantastic.
So if
Well, I enjoy
anybody,
anybody who
yeah,
goes through it and says, "Now what do I do?"
yeah, no, that's very important, and I think this is uh, a really good way to at least start and know what areas that they need to look for.
We
So
can get
yeah, so
confused as we
any
try to
parting
figure it
words?
out. So, if you are
Yeah,
feeling like you have some projects you would like to get on the go, um, I would love to be able to chunk that down so that it's actual bite-sized pieces that you can actually get from point A to point Z quickly. And that's about it.
yeah. Yeah, and one thing that I really want to share about Shelly is that she's one of those experts. I have seen that personally, that she actually is going to make sure that you probably don't need her for long, and she really focused on how you can be self-sufficient, and she focused on building systems. So I think it's something that I would highly recommend that you should at least have I mean, download this ebook and connect with her and have a chat with her about, I mean, some of your needs if you are expanding or scaling up your business. Once again, Shelly, thank you very much. Thank you for your time and your treat.
Thank you very much for
Uh,
inviting me.
I hope and I look forward to our, yeah, and I really hope that some of those who are watching it right now or who watch on replay, they'll reach out to you and will be amazed by the kind of services that you provide. Thank you so much.
Well, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the referrals that you've already given me and the opportunity to come on here. So, for everybody, I hope you all had a happy holiday and that we get to see you in the new year. May
Yeah, happy
2021 be
holidays
better than
and see
2020.
you next year.
Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah,
believe, isn't it?
and see you next year with our next episode.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.